Well, hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Apologies for being away for so long. Various things have been happening, and this video is really a way to explain what's been happening and why there's been a delay in posts, especially the build posts. As you know, the build posts were carried out in my workshop, and there were a lot of things wrong with that workshop. A, it was cold. B, there was a lot of heavy machining, which I no longer do. I'd stopped doing that. So it was time earlier on this year to have a rethink and replan the workshop and sort things out. But of course, the first thing I needed to do was to get rid of the heavy machinery, which took a while to do, but that's been done. Anyway, let's just show you a better view of what I work with in terms of my workshops. I say plural because you'll see in a moment why. So let's just turn the camera around. Okay, so this is the building, which is an old 3-bay cart barn, 1, 2, 3, and back in the 80s this was converted. It's clay lump construction. This was converted, so the guy who did it formed a bit of an office, working office in there, and then garage access through there and there. I don't store my car in the garage, so that then became my metal workshop and now my model workshop. So let's go and have a look in here, and you have to forgive some of the things that I see because I've got the painter here who's been here for a few weeks now doing the external or the woodwork. We've put new doors on, and I'm in the process of putting new guttering up as well, so you'll see bits of detritus as we go through. So let's have a look in the smaller of the workshops here, and you can see that it's a bit of a collection of a lot of models around everywhere, and my building stocks of materials and my paints and everything else, and my not a workstation anymore because there's just too much clutter on it really, although I do use it for soldering and things like that. And I got my lovely chest of drawers which holds all the bits and pieces, including all my glorious collection of props, both plastic and wooden, and so on. So most of the work that I did, and certainly the work that I've shown on the build videos, was not done in here. It was done in the other workshop. So let's go through and have a look at that. Let's open both doors. Okay, so the previous videos that you've seen, build videos, I really carried them out here, and I had my laser cutter about here, and in the background I think you could have seen there was a big lathe there, there was a milling machine here, another lathe here, a metal bandsaw, welder, I had a big pillar drill here, so they've all gone. So this has left me my workshop as it stands at the moment, which is quite open. But one of the things I had done originally some years ago with this workshop was I put in this mezzanine floor here, you'll see this structure, so that I could put storage in the roof space above. So a few weeks ago what I decided to do was to extend the mezzanine floor through over the other half of the workshop here. So that comes through right the way through there. So it gives me a lot of usable storage space. And the rubbish that was previously stored in there has now gone, apart from the Christmas trees, of course, and it's now model aircraft space. I've also put this post in. So yeah, the post coming down here. The added benefit, as well as supporting obviously the mezzanine floor, is that I can run power cables down in conduit, of course, down to a bench level, so when I'm working here I can plug in to this power socket. So existing layout, if I go over here, you can see I've got a bench there, clutter of electrical tools on at the moment. I've got two models standing there because I've got nowhere for them to go at the moment, because my mezzanine, as I said before, can support wings and that, and the odd model hanging up, but they're just two big beasts, need support elsewhere. Anyway, going on, the benches. This middle bench here is 3 meters long by 1200 wide, and then I've got another bench here which is similar in size to that one over there. And my biggest problem now I've got is with all this motorcycle bits, Triumph bits, which hopefully I'm going to get rid of soon. Anyway, and then in the corner I've got my Chinese diesel heater, which in fact I'm going to take out and put it outside, because it is, when it's on full bore, which it will be cold, as judging on some of the videos I did earlier this year, it's too noisy for videos. And I've got my tool chest there. So what I'm going to do is this central bench here is going to be moved out. It's going to actually be swung through 90 degrees and put here, so that will be an island workbench running down here. My laser cutter that I used to have on here has been sold to a Formite, and the idea is that this bench will be moved, put alongside that wall over there to form an L-shaped area there for working, and the gap that, oh sorry, the tool chest will then go from here over there. The gap that is then left is for my new laser cutter, which is coming in about a month's time. So the idea being I can move and have a cutting working area, messy area over there, fairly clear space round here, laser cutter here, and then island workbench, which I can walk all the way around, and being 3 meters long and 1200 wide, it's quite a nice size, with obviously storage space underneath. So that's the idea about the layout for the workshop. And just to show you what I've got up in the mezzanine, let's just drop the stairs down, because that's the other thing I did, was I put a loft access ladder there, which I didn't have before, and I put another one up here as well. So I'll just show you what's up there, just to give you some idea. Okay, so let's go up the first one. Let's have a look, see up here. So as you can see, got some storage boxes, Christmas trees, and more planes there. It's just a view across the mezzanine floor to the other side. I've got a load of stuff I've got to get rid of here, old automotive paints. Got to get rid of that stuff, I've forgotten about that. Got some planes over there which we'll have a look at in a moment, in need of work. So coming through to the other loft access ladder. So this is the other half. This is the old mezzanine. You can see small models, bits and pieces of models in need of work. Oh yes, and there's some more models up here. That's the general idea. So this is just storage, and for models that aren't used on a regular basis, or indeed need repairs, like my extra watt, which had a bit of a nasty about 6 months ago. There's my giant Super Sportster in need of recovering, but then I haven't got the 200 in line for it anyway. And various others. There's my, I really must get round to doing some work on my Taylorcraft, because I love that. It's got a Blazer 155 in it. So that's the mezzanine storage area. Back in my home office now. Hopefully that shows you around the work that I've been doing slowly. There have been a lot of other things that I've had to deal with as well, not least of which was the recent death of my best mate Ian, who sadly missed. But notwithstanding that, I'm getting on with it now. Hopefully by the end of next week I should have the workshop laid out as I want it to be, with the work surfaces in the right places, and ready to recommence the building program, which is quite extensive. which will probably start off with the finishing off of the Mystic, which is so close anyway. Then don't know what will follow that. Maybe the BF 110, the Warbirds replicas BF 110, and try and get those done before Christmas, and then leaving a bit of space the other side of Christmas for another model that's coming through. But my big project for next year is building a enlarged Dave Platt Zero 86-inch wingspan, which will be for my Laser 360V twin. And the idea is to build that and maybe compete in the standoff scale nationals with that next year. So that's the big thing for next year. It's a lot of work involved in that, but I've got other people helping me on that, not with the build as much, but helping me with the build, if you see what I mean. Richard Wills of Warbirds Replicas, Phil of Cloud Models doing laser cutting, well, not so much the laser cutting, but wing forming, because the plan is I'll have a veneered foam wing for that. Anyway, enough of that. More on that when I actually get that on the bench and explain what I'll be doing, but that won't be till the new year, I would say. Or it may be that I run it in parallel to another one of the builds. Anyway, guys, that's the update. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's not too boring. I'll be back hopefully in a week's time with the layout of the workshop as I had planned it to be. We'll have a look then. Thanks for watching. Oh, by the way, don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Like and comment below, and I'll get back to you. Cheers, guys. To the next one.